a secret meeting in a Canadian resort, discussing the future of a free and sovereign nation without any Haitian representatives present. The 2003 Ottawa Initiative on Haiti represents one of the most blatant examples of modern colonial planning, yet it remains largely unknown to the general public. In January 2003, high-ranking officials from the United States, France, Canada, and several Latin American countries gathered at Meech Lake near Ottawa, Canada. Their agenda: to discuss regime change in Haiti and the removal of democratically elected President Jean-Bertrand Aristide, all without a single Haitian representative at the table. Historical context. By 2003, President Aristide's government had faced years of economic sanctions and mounting international pressure. Despite being democratically elected with overwhelming support in 2000, Aristide's policies of increasing minimum wage, resisting privatization of state assets, and demanding reparations from France for its colonial-era extortion had made him a target for Western powers with economic interests in Haiti. The meeting participants. The Ottawa Initiative was hosted by Canada's Secretary of State for Latin America, Denis Paradis. It included representatives from the United States, France, the European Union, the OAS, and several Latin American nations. Notably absent, any Haitian government officials or civil society representatives. The exposed agenda. According to leaked information and later journalistic investigations, the meeting discussed the removal of President Aristide before his term ended in 2006, installation of a UN trusteeship government, similar to Kosovo, rebuilding Haiti's military, which Aristide had disbanded in 1995, preparations for a transition government, media coverage and confirmation. The meeting's existence was first revealed by journalist Michel Vastel in the March 2003 issue of Quebec magazine L'Actualité. Canadian Foreign Affairs Minister Bill Graham later confirmed the meeting took place, but denied any coup plotting. However, the timing and subsequent events strongly suggest otherwise. From planning to execution. Within 13 months of the Ottawa meeting, armed rebels, many former members of Haiti's disbanded military, began attacking government facilities from bases in the Dominican Republic. By February 29, 2004, U.S. Special Forces entered Aristide's residence, and he was removed from the country on a U.S. aircraft and sent to South Africa, as reported. The exact scenario outlined at the Ottawa Initiative had been implemented. Post-coup implementation. Following Aristide's removal, a transitional government was installed under Gerard Latortu, who had been living in Florida. The Haitian military was reconstituted, and a UN peacekeeping mission, MINUSTA, was deployed, precisely as discussed at the Ottawa meeting. Thousands of Haitians were killed in the following months, and pro-Aristide political parties were effectively banned, but are still active today. The cover-up. The Canadian government has consistently downplayed the significance of the Ottawa meeting. When pressed by journalists and researchers, officials have characterized it as merely a discussion about Haiti's future. Documents related to the meeting remain classified, and freedom of information requests have been heavily redacted. Significance and legacy. The Ottawa Initiative reveals how imperial powers continue to determine the fate of Haiti while maintaining a public facade of respecting sovereignty. It demonstrates that when Haitian democracy produces leaders who challenge foreign economic interests, those powers will conspire to remove them, often using the pretext of restoring stability. The consequences were devastating: political repression, increased poverty, the 13-year UN MINUSTA occupation that introduced cholera to Haiti, killing over 10,000 people, and sexual abuse. The 2010 earthquake's devastating impact was magnified by the weakened state institutions that resulted from the coup. The Ottawa Initiative exposes the hypocrisy of Western powers that lecture about democracy while secretly planning its subversion. It reveals that Haiti's sovereignty remains conditional on obeying foreign interests, just as it has been since its independence in 1804. As members of the Haitian diaspora and allies, we must demand accountability for the Ottawa Initiative. Canada, the US, and France have never been held responsible for their roles in planning and executing the 2004 coup. We must push for the declassification of all documents related to this meeting and demand reparations for the damage caused by the subsequent occupation. Remember that history isn't just the past, it's the ongoing story of how power operates. Countries don't have friends, but interests. Haitians people need to understand that they are their saviors. Understanding the Ottawa Initiative is essential to understanding why Haiti continues to face political instability today and why true sovereignty remains elusive more than 200 years after independence.